We are back, episode 46, Kyle.
I beg your pardon?
And let's just be honest, Kyle. You better bring some fucking energy today, man.
Two brothers in Walworth County set the Guinness World Record for the largest grilled cheese ever made. The sandwich size was 10.9 feet long, 6.25
Holy smokes!
feet wide, and it was 2.75 inches thick.
They better have had the
County.
biggest bowl of tomato soup next to that thing. What the fuck's wrong with some parents? You know what I mean? Like, what kind of example are you set? You gotta be better. So we have an editor. He's from Canada. Yeah, talk about hockey. Anyways, down the road. Okay, so... Well. We are back. Episode 46, Kyle. It's November 1st. Week off.
Yep, week off.
Yeah, we had a little vacay.
Mm-hmm.
We went We went up north, grouse hunting. You were gone. You and the honey went to the Dells.
Mm-hmm.
You were going to talk about that alone. But we have a lot to talk about. We have a bunch of news that we're going to dive into. It looks like Kyle's got some stuff from Janesville. I got some stuff from Middleton. Playoff recap. It is now going to be level 3 of the playoffs for Wisconsin high school football. We're going to talk a little No Nut November, you know, talk about what's our favorite things to look at when we first get into a bar. It's a jam-packed show, guys. It is what it is, right, Kyle?
Yep.
It's going to be a long fucking show if that's what I'm getting from you.
Start her up.
Yep. All right.
Hit
the music. Fuck you, Kyle. All right, we are back. Okay, so before we dive into the news, and let's just be honest, Kyle, you better bring some fucking energy today, man. It's Wednesday. We're back. The people have been waiting for us. I mean, if you don't give me any sort of energy, I'm switching you and Johnny around. Me and Johnny are going to talk for an hour.
He acts like I never do.
What? You know, I kind of like, I wonder, like, if I threw Johnny there, would I get a little extra? Like a little juice?
A little sauce.
Like when a backup QB comes in and, you know, he's like, wow, it's my chance. Like, do you think Johnny would bring a little something to the table?
I think he'd have one good one and then he'd shit it out. You know, that's
wow, shit it out. Whoa.
Some people have a fucking off week, you know. MJ wasn't there every game.
Kind of he was, though. He was, though. He's like the one player that was. But, okay, so before we dive into our news, everything we're going to talk about today, we have 2 weeks to talk about. So first we're going to start off. Last week, your girlfriend had a convention in Wisconsin?
Yeah, so she does school nursing, and there was a school nurse convention, and you could go to the Kalahari and stay for 2 days. So I work from home sometimes during the week, and I was like, fuck, I'll go with you. You know, and me and you had this chat already. Yeah. But I wasn't digging it. It wasn't very fun.
Wow, shot at the Kalahari. I
just wasn't. You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
I mean, yeah. Sorry,
you know
Kalahari.
Like, it'd have been fun if I had a couple friends there and we got to have some drinks.
Okay, so explain it. So you get there, you worked from either in the hotel or you went to like a Starbucks or whatever.
So I went there Monday.
So how was like going to the Kalahari water park?
So we got there Monday. I stayed overnight. We didn't do a whole lot. We went and got some food, and then we went to the next morning. Got up. I worked all day at the Kalahari.
Slaved away. Yep, absolutely.
Hard at it. Worked till 4. I'm normally off at 2. And
OT, baby.
Yeah, and
just in case the employer's listening.
Then that next
worked till 4:30 actually. I think
I actually didn't stop working.
I'm still actually okay. Keep going.
So that day she got done at 4. We went to the mall there, which it was cool. They had a lot of cool stores. There wasn't anything that I really wanted or needed.
I've never been to the mall in the Dells.
It's an outlet mall. It's fucking cool. They had like fires and shit outside.
Whoa.
It's pretty cool. But they didn't, you know, there was some stuff there. I was like, yeah, I could get it, but I didn't really need it. And I'm like, no. Okay. But
she didn't splurge.
I did I was looking. Kai's got me out of these cool Crocs that I really fucking wanted, and they didn't have them.
Yeah. You know, it's state-of-the-art things. They only actually allow cool people to have them, so I understand why they didn't allow you to get any.
I had the first fucking pair.
No, I'm not talking about regular Crocs. I'm talking about the Croc sandals. Yeah. They're the new thing. It's the new wave. And the fact that they had them in the back, they called me and told me they had them in back, and they denied you.
Yeah.
They read your vibe.
I called you. What is that? No, you didn't get it from there.
They read your vibe, and they basically said you're not cool enough for the slides. It's okay. You didn't make the criteria. It's okay.
They had them in size like 9.
The girl looked you up and down and said, "No, you just got to stick to the standard Crocs."
They did have cowboy boot Crocs. Have you seen those?
No.
Ugly.
No. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, so we did that. Then we went to Famous Dave's.
Always a good time.
Probably going to get shit on by that one.
Why?
Everyone said to go eat local, don't eat at Famous Dave's. And
Oh, is that like a thing? Famous Dave's good.
Yes,
I mean,
I love it.
I am a local preacher when it comes to Wisconsin stuff. But
I love it, but
yeah.
you know, if you want one, you got to go to Madison.
Did you go to the strip club?
strip club? No.
I mean, that's what everyone says at the Dells. They got a cool strip club.
Yeah.
I mean, I have never been there.
No.
Personally, myself. Personally,
I never
individually, I've never been there.
Yeah.
So
I've never been there.
Sure.
But yeah, so we kind of went there, and then we just kind of tootled around a little bit, and went back, and then we went swimming.
You went down the toilet bowl.
Well, I was so fucking.
So also,
stuffed.
Kalahari, if you're listening, Kyle broke rules. First and foremost, before we started, he shit on Kalahari. He said you guys suck, and then now we're about to explain how they have a weight limit for the toilet bowl, Johnny, and it's 250.
I exceeded it.
It's 250.
Quick 25
I mean,
pounds.
if you probably would have took your swim trunks off, you'd probably been 248.
Well, and the worst part about it was I just ate too. So
Ooh, you were pushing.
We're heavy. Yeah. So we swam in the hot tub for a bit, and then my girlfriend was.
Did you really like halfway down the bowl and you're like hearing some creaks in the slide, and you're like, oh boy, maybe maybe weight limit's a thing.
Story?
Okay, keep going.
So my girlfriend was being a fucking no fun.
Oh,
and I'm like, should we get a bucket of beers? And she's like, nah, I don't want any beer. And I'm like, you'd be fucking kidding me. So no beers.
Okay.
Sitting in the hot tub like a loser. I'm like, all right.
Sweating.
So we gotta go swim, or what's the deal here? So, because I can only sit in a hot tub for a long time, or a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And
the dehydration station.
So we go kind of meander around. We went around the lazy
Tootling.
pool, the lazy river. They didn't have the jets on.
What?
I went in there without a tub. I wanted to get knocked down, or a tube. I wanted to get knocked down.
What are you talking about? Lazy River?
Yeah, the lazy river. They didn't have they have like the jets that shoot out of the bottom.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about? That push it. So there's a current in there. And I used to go through it when I was a kid and run through it and get wiped out by them because they're powerful. And I'm like, I'm going to do it again.
Did you do the surf thing? Isn't that there?
I didn't do the surf
Why
thing.
not?
There was a long line of people, and I'm like, I'm good.
So you went to
I don't
toilet
need to
bowl.
wipe out and lose my trunks.
All right. So explain how you ended up on the toilet bowl.
So then the toilet bowl, I was looking at it, and Maggie's like, I used to love that thing. And I'm like, we used to do it all the time. And I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. So I walked over, and they had a big sign up. It said, like, do's and don'ts. It said, like, do not exceed 250 pounds. And I was like,
that lifeguard up there didn't give you a little up down look-see?
I looked.
They didn't look at you and say, hey, pal, walk back down the stairs. Get back in the hot tub.
I looked up, and you could see like the reinforcements that like held the tube, and I was like, that should hold me. Like, that's not gonna break. And then I seen someone.
You are the local handyman.
About the same size as me, maybe a little bit heftier, go up and do the same thing that I was gonna do. I'm like,
he could have been a dense though. Dense 240.
Like,
you never know that.
And I'm like, whatever, I'll roll with it. So I go up, get to the top. We're standing there.
Get in the tube, it just pops.
There was one. No, there was no tube. It's just straight down.
Oh yeah. It's a toilet bowl.
So I'm like,
no, isn't it tube? Oh no, it's just your body.
Well, I went without the tube. And so like there was one guy running all 4 slides, which is kind of annoying. So there's a lot more people coming up it than
Jack of all trades, if you will. Hell of a lifeguard.
Sends Maggie down, and he's like, looks at me, goes, "You can swim, can't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like,
wouldn't be up here if I couldn't, pal.
I'm like, okay, the pool in the bottom is gonna be like 5 feet deep, dude. So I go down it, and it's pitch black down the tube. You hit the opening, and I had seen Maggie come out of the chute into the tube, but you can't, or the toilet bowl.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, fuck it. So I went down it, pitch black, and I come flying out of that thing. Had to be going Mach 90, and I broke the fucking sound barrier coming through that, and hit it, go down it. Swirls me around, and you get to that spot of like
gets to the bottom. His feet are hanging out the bottom. He's just stuck.
Well, you get to that spot
in the hole.
You get to that spot where like you start slowing down, and you're trying to get yourself straight.
Sure.
But I was like upside down.
Yeah.
Like, the hole's coming, and I got myself halfway, but I came out of it like I was kneeling, like I was like this, and I fell into it. Pretty much hit a pencil and I hit the water, and I went fucking like.
Did you shoot a can opener when you're coming out that? Give some style points?
I did the old fucking pencil move into the water. That bitch had to be like 10 feet deep. And I go down. I didn't take any air with me when I went in. So I like go down and I look up and you can barely see the light. And I'm like I'm gonna drown. So I fucking, as fast as I could to the top, come out. And my girlfriend's pissing her pants laughing at me. She wished she took a video of me. But yeah, so we did that. Then we went to the wave pool. in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing like the Mount Olympus
Wave pool.
That thing kicks your ass. This one wasn't bad, but
I like a good wave pool.
Yeah.
Seeing like some kids get knocked over.
So we did that, and then I was like, I'm done. Caller.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the next day, I got kicked out of my hotel room at 11.
Yep.
So then I went and meandered around.
You're doing a lot of tootling and neandering.
Yeah, I did, and it was very boring.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of wish
Never
I
in my
told you
life
that.
if I sat in a coffee shop
that long.
I wouldn't do it again, I don't think.
No, that's a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. And then that was my trip to the Dells.
Here you go. Yep.
Came home, packed up for Grouse Camp, went to Grouse Camp.
Yeah. So thank God we're done with that. So now we move on to Grouse Camp, which we left Thursday at noon. We go up to around the Winter, Phillips, Wisconsin area, and we grouse hunt. We get an ATV. We ride around. Usually by 11 o'clock, we find ourselves bellied up to a bar, and that's
Bloody
our
Mary
day.
in hand.
Yeah, we're not your on hoof dogs everywhere finding all the grouse. That's not us.
No.
We're more or less if the grouse wants to die, we'll kill him.
Mm-hmm.
And but we're on the way to the Oxbow Resort for a toddy.
That's the first stop normally.
Yeah, so it was fun. I can tell that at my fruitful age of 28 that I am starting not to be able to handle 4 days in a row.
No, that was rough. We got there Thursday, like 8 o'clock. Drank.
Yep.
Friday went out. It was a little rough.
Yeah. Saturday,
Friday.
rougher. Sunday was even. We always stay up there, which, by the way, look at the shirt, guys. Sunday Fun Day shirt. I don't know if you can really see it. Sunday Fun Day, Packers edition, tie-dye. This is nice. But, yeah, so we Thursday night, 2 in the morning. Friday, 2 in the morning. Saturday, let's just say it was more of a midnight for core.
Yeah,
core.
It was a no hunt Saturday.
Yeah,
we didn't hunt at all Saturday.
Yeah, it was a tough go at it. But anyway, we had a good time. Got wasted. Went to the bars.
Spent a lot of time at Big Bear.
Big Bear Lodge. I did a TikTok video there. One of my favorite places in Wisconsin. Honestly, their food's amazing. Kyle, what's the apps? Throw the apps out. We get them every time we go.
Pork belly, bites, duck bites, kicking shrimp.
They're kicking shrimp.
Something. Cheese curds.
That's it.
But that's just the quad.
Yeah, and they also have their own Bloody Mary mix. That upgrades your Bloody Mary
100%.
1,000%. So Big Bear Lodge, great. Flambeau Forest, we didn't eat there, even though they have wonderful food, just because we weren't in the sit-down vibes.
No.
We were like playing pool, playing
a lot of pool.
Whatever. We're playing a lot of games. So we didn't do that. We went to usually Flambeau later, but we also went to the Corner Connection. Great little hole in the wall. We went to Sioux Lake Campground. Mm-hmm. They have a nice bar.
They had good food too. Had some food.
And the Oxbow. Oxbow's cool. Right off the river.
Corner?
Yeah.
We went to Corner.
Yep. So good time. Absolutely good time.
Only shot 3 birds.
Yeah, it is Wednesday.
Seen a bunch.
Yeah, no, it was down year for birds.
It was down year, but we
heard it from the locals. Locals all told us
Uh-huh.
down year for birds. Skittish. They're skittish, Johnny. Not much you could do. So what do? We got wasted every day, and it's Wednesday. We got home on Monday, and I am still not 100%.
Yeah.
If you had to give yourself a percentage, what would you be?
93.
Ooh, that's pretty high.
Yeah. No, yes,
I'm in the 90s.
I was probably at like an 84. My body was just sore.
84. Wow. You're just a superhero, man.
Yeah. I wasn't as rough as others on Monday when I came home, but
you talking about me? Yeah. So we took my truck up because I always drive, and we had my Can-Am trailer on the back. We got to Hawkins, which for anyone that doesn't know, that's about 40 minutes from where we took off. Yeah. And I had to fill up my truck with gas. I looked at our fellow friend Squiddy, and I said, "Get in the driver's seat. I'm laying down in the back." That's where Core was.
We were driving in that 40 minutes, and there was one point where he was just there was dead silent, and then no one was saying anything. And Kai's was just dazed. We were doing like 35, and I'm like, "Oh boy, this is gonna be a long one."
I wasn't doing good.
It's just like Core.
We're gonna call a spade a spade. I was doing bad. I was having a bad time. But
how was the little nap you took though?
I mean, Kyle, when you come off a 4-day stretch of just drinking,
you just need rest.
That nap you wake up from doesn't help. I mean, you feel like it does, but you wake up and you're like, I still feel like ass. So it is what it is. But yeah, that was our weekend. So we are going to now dive right into the show. Kyle, hit us off, man.
All right. Janesville police. This is hot off the press. This happened yesterday. Janesville police in Janesville, Wisconsin, obviously, arrested a man Tuesday for threatening an administrator at the high school there. Apparently, he had called him, threatened him, told him that he was going to bring a gun to confront him. And
the student.
No, the parent of the student.
Ooh.
Threatened him. The guy's 36. 15 minutes later, I believe they have a police officer at the school or something like that.
Sure. Janesville's big area. Yeah.
They alerted them. 15 minutes later, the guy showed up
with a gun,
barking orders. He didn't have it present, but he had a loaded handgun in his truck. He got
what the fuck's wrong with some parents? You know what I mean? Like, what kind of example are you setting, Johnny? You got to be better.
He faces charges with a disorderly conduct with armed and possession of a firearm in a school zone.
Got to do better, pal. Got to do better. Feel like your kid's going down the wrong path if you're the father.
Not good. That's not a good look.
Yeah, not a good look. Janesville, Wisconsin. Oof. All right, we're going to keep it rolling. Middleton, Wisconsin. Man was charged with crashing into an Ace Hardware store. I know what everyone's thinking, all right? You crash into a store, what are you usually? Super intoxicated. This guy wasn't. He wasn't.
Yeah.
Wasn't intoxicated. That's just usually the tail of the tape when it comes to Wisconsin. But this guy was not intoxicated. So very ironic. This guy's name's Tyler Middleton. In Middleton. He's 24 years old. He was charged with felony counts of reckless injury, eluding an officer, hit and run, and a lot more. So after he crashed into the Ace Hardware store, he refused to get out of the car. I kind of understand that. Like, you get out of the car, it's over. Mm-hmm. Life's over.
Well, I mean, how far are we?
You're not getting back in the car.
How far are we stuck into this?
I don't know. I'd love to see the tape. I didn't get to see the video. I just saw this guy crash into an Ace Hardware, maybe a little dent or whatever. But this guy ended up driving away and running away from the cop.
So he was able to
and then I believe that is how he hit the pedestrian. It was afterwards.
Jesus.
So he is caught.
Red-handed.
Kyle, where is he at? Probably.
Slammer.
He's in the slammer. So Tyler Middleton in Middleton, Wisconsin. You can't be running to Ace Hardware stores.
Nope.
I wish there was an Ace Hardware store closer to us. You know what I mean?
Is there one in Dubuque?
Is there?
One in Dubuque.
Oh. Platteville? Oh, wow. So they're surrounding me. I didn't even know that. So, yeah. Anyway, don't be crashing into hardware stores.
All right. I don't know if you knew this or not, but Quick Trip had a big
outage.
Huge outage. So, like, they always do the Quick Trip rewards and all that shit. You couldn't do any of that for I don't know how long.
Yep.
But their turnaround, actually, this happened last week.
Yes.
Last week sometime, I was at a Quick Trip and I was getting two waters, those big waters. And the girl's like,
Nature's Touch?
You might as well get your points because they're double points right now. They're giving us double points for everything.
You know what? Quick Trip's just, they're gentlemen.
Yeah.
And gentlewomen over there.
Well, I think that was like their first part, and I don't think people were happy with it. So they came
double points?
Yeah. So I think they came out with this one. Quick Trip offers free beer in their rewards program. So you went in, you activated the coupon for the free beer. You could get a Miller Lite, Coors Light, or a banquet beer, 16 or 24 ounce for free.
Oh, hey, here's the thing. Quick Trip said they screwed up. They're all sitting in a room together, and they say, "All right, we offered double points.
That
didn't cut it. We got some Wisconsinites that are mad, some Midwesterners mad at us right now. What do we got to do?" And someone in that room, they sat like this. They're like,
"Give them a free beer.
You know what we got to do?
You got to buy them the first one.
We got to get them a beer. We got to get them free beer." So hell of a move. I loved it. I did not take advantage of it. I bought my beer like a normal man. A couple days later, missed out on the free beer. But hey, hell of a move by Quick Trip. Hey, gotta give him a round of applause. Round of applause. Maybe because I didn't take advantage of that, if I can come in next time, the Cuba City Quick Trip or the Platteville Quick Trip, if you guys just offer me like a free box of Glaciers and let me move my way.
Next time, toss free thing of cheese curds.
Yeah, let me just get a couple things. But hey, hell of a move. 24 ounce.
So, but they also said that there was an outage because of a cyber attack. So they must have got hit.
Got hit.
Damn.
Hey, internet. You know, I know what my
Goddamn
grandpa. I know what
criminals.
my grandpa or any old fellow in Wisconsin be like. Fucking internet, it's after you. You gotta watch out. Whew. So okay, on to the next thing. I don't know if you know this, Kyle. Badger men's hockey is fucking back.
Hell yeah.
And I say we're back. It's only been a couple years since we've been good, but we had a couple year stretch where Badger hockey wasn't what it used to. We weren't winning titles all the time. So they played, I think not this past weekend or the week before, they played Minnesota at Minnesota, who was ranked number 1, road sweep. All I'm going to say is fuck the Gophers. You know what I mean? Fuck them Gophers. So beat the number 1 team in the nation. And now they are at their highest ranking since the 2020-21 season at number 5. And they even earned number 1 votes. So 7-1 start under first-year coach Mike Hastings. It's just a good feeling knowing both our hockey teams are just top tier. You know?
Well, whenever you think of Wisconsin hockey, what do you think?
Titles. Dynasties.
You know what it makes me think of? I don't want to watch this weekend because I just seen a clip on it. The movie Miracle.
Why?
Because there was like 2
I know, Kyle. We're
2 or 3 Badgers.
You know what? As much as people want to say that we're a basketball or football school,
hockey.
We're a hockey school.
Yes.
We're damn and also got to give reps, got to give props to. We are a volleyball school.
Yeah, we are.
100%. Those women, they run the world.
The girls hockey is really good in Wisconsin, aren't they?
Just won a title last year, baby.
There you go.
We do. I mean, just win title after title after title. I mean, we're running out of cloth to use for the banners, Kyle, Wisconsin, when it comes to hockey. So very cool to see. Also, I wanted to throw this out because I didn't talk about the girls as much. Britta Curl is the captain of the women's hockey team. She was the National Player of the Month. She's fucking good, man.
Is she?
She's fucking good, man.
I'll have to watch
So,
some of that.
hey,
Nothing
fuck
better
the
than the
Gophers. So basically, all I want to say is fuck the Gophers.
Mm-hmm.
Wisconsin hockey on top.
Yep. You love it. Next up on the list.
We are just, I mean, running through our topics. I love to see
where
it.
we at right now?
24 minutes. We're cruising for bruising. What are you staring at?
Is the record thing on?
No, we don't record on this anymore.
Oh.
No, he just gets it right
Remember,
from
I
here.
can peep over there.
No,
and see
so
what the time
we have an
is.
editor. He's from Canada.
Canada.
Yeah, talk about hockey.
Yeah.
But hey, anyways.
Hockey.
Anyways. Down the road. Okay, so we have our editor is from Canada, and we record into Riverside. We use our Rodecaster to get our sound into Riverside. And he's like, oh, well, you guys should just record on Rode too. So we have 2 of them. And then he drops a little pipsqueak. Kyler drops the news on me that, hey, yeah, we don't use that at all. So I'm like, oh, so you're just making me have to drop that. You know what? My Google Drive was about over anyway. So I was about to have to upgrade and pay the extra $5.99. So, yeah. What do we got next, Kyle?
Next up, 2 brothers set world record with world's largest grilled cheese. I'm going to say their names on this list.
What do you mean world's largest? Like one
biggest grilled cheese made.
Like curd.
No, grilled cheese sandwich.
Oh, grilled cheese sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Hell.
Their names, Exodus and Iggy. Exodus.
What names?
Exodus
and Iggy.
11. Iggy is 10.
So they're just making lunch.
Just out here cooking.
They're cooking. They're not playing PlayStation. They're like, how big can we make this fucking sandwich?
2 brothers in Walworth County, Exodus and Iggy, set the Guinness World Record for the largest grilled cheese ever made. The sandwich size was, the length of it was 10 feet by 10.9 feet long, 6.25
Holy smokes
feet wide, and it was 2.75 inches thick. The ingredients, 300 pounds of dough.
Holy fuck.
And 60 pounds of cheese.
Does their mom just get this groceries from Woodman's, or what are we doing here?
Apparently they have their own YouTube channel.
You say this is in Milwaukee?
This is in...
They better have had
County.
the biggest bowl of tomato soup next to that thing.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to feed.
What's it going to take to get Iggy and Exodus down here to Keeler, Wisconsin to make us that sandwich? Do you think we could eat it all at once?
How the hell do you make that? Because I would assume, like, the world record, like, they're...
Over a fire?
Do you remember whenever you were a kid, do you remember reading those? The world record book?
It was a way bigger thing than it is now. Yeah. But yeah, that was a huge thing.
But like there's rules when it comes to shit like that. Like I would assume that you can't cut it up cook it on different.
I'm just letting you know we got some innovators up there in Milwaukee. Is that Milwaukee, right?
You'd have to do it on a. No, that's still. How big is it?
10 feet?
10.9 feet long.
That's got to be
How do
like
you get
over
a
a
griddle that big.
Yeah, I don't know.
You'd have to do it like a gas.
They're
station
innovators, Kyle.
Or like a.
Yeah. Exodus and
imagine trying
Iggy.
to flip that.
Those are probably the top tier names that we needed for this. Exodus and Iggy. I mean, congratulations. 2 rounds of applause for one show. You just got to do it.
They have their own YouTube channel.
Nothing beats a good grilled cheese and tomato soup.
I love them. I mean, I wouldn't say that that's my number one call, but
no, but whenever
it.
you get it, it's great.
Yeah, I'm not a gigantic tomato soup guy though.
Oh, okay. Way to ruin the show.
Not.
No, you just ruined the segment. Sorry, Exodus, and sorry to Iggy.
I am a big grilled cheese guy though.
Yeah. Yeah, so good to them. Props to Exodus and Iggy. Great names. We need to meet your mom. Getting groceries for all that? Who's eating that?
Maybe we just get them up on the show, give them a little talking, you know?
Yeah, we might have
give
to.
them a little chat, and we'll get a couple picks.
All right, well, the last news segment we have for the day is Madison man Scotty Rorick. He is Madison's own ghostbuster.
Really?
Yeah, so he is a medium, of course. Been a medium his whole life.
Okay.
He runs the Mad City Ghostbusters. He quoted, this is his quote,
okay.
"I ain't afraid of no ghosts."
That's a classic. Right
so
there.
Scotty doesn't know, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So he has a fully loaded Ghostbusters van with the lights. I mean, it's everything.
Really?
So yeah, Scotty Rorick.
Question for you. Not
Sure.
to throw you off topic.
Do I believe in ghosts?
Well, yeah, but
Do you believe in ghosts?
yeah.
100%?
Yeah.
You know, you see what some mediums do. Like, I've heard of people go to mediums, like how they know stuff about your family. Like, that's got to be real, man. Like, they're not looking, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think of that as two different things.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like they're talking to the dead.
Mm-hmm.
People like seeing ghosts is something completely different. You know what I mean? Like to talk to someone that's passed away.
You honestly just got to think Madison's in good hands on the ghost front. you got to believe that him and the Mad City Ghostbusters are just handling their shit up there.
Next question for you.
Sure.
So you can go do like haunted stayovers at place, like old like insane asylum.
No,
you wouldn't do it.
Fuck no. No, that shit freaks me out. Like, I always think of what's the place in Galena, the Abbey's house? Abbey House in Galena, Illinois, that we always used to go to, and you'd park and like you'd go up and like everything would be like you're not supposed to go in, and like seeing shit, like seeing people like do videos and like you see like the rockers start moving, you're like,
I'm out of here.
Didn't feel a wind draft. How'd that fucking thing start moving?
I don't watch scary movies, let alone.
No, I am the biggest, pardon my French, pussy in the world.
Yeah.
When it comes to that kind of stuff. I like my own little
Anything
vibe.
Supernatural,
I like people that are living. If you're dead, you're dead. Stay away from me. You know, you can play jokes on me every once in a while, flick a light, maybe I'll get over it. But Scotty Rorick, Mad City Ghostbusters, good for them. Congrats to Madison on being safe from all ghosts.
The guy that we bought our house from, we were in the middle of
Benton, Wisconsin.
Yep, we were in the middle of moving or something like that, and he was like, "Yeah, I gotta go." Blah blah blah, and we're like, "Oh, what are you doing?" He's like, "Me and my sister bought tickets. We're gonna go stay overnight in like a old like mental hospital." In like an abandoned one, and I'm like, "What?" He's like, "We're big like ghost chasers," and I'm like, "He's like, that doesn't interest you?" I'm like, "It's interesting, but I ain't fucking doing it."
Yeah,
not at all.
Yeah, rainbows. Those things are fucking interesting. You don't see me chasing them. I don't. Come on. All right. Well, that's our news. Kyle, what else we got on the list? Oh no, you want me to do a recap before you dive into the Brat Stop?
Yep.
Okay. Wisconsin high school football. Level 2 playoffs just happened, last weekend.
Yep.
It's level 3. How many levels is there? 4? 5?
I think
5. Right?
I think it's
5. 5. I mean, whatever. So we're going to talk about level 2 playoffs recap. I'm going to name a couple games, give you a couple players, then we're going to dive into the preview for next week or for this weekend. Franklin beat Oak Creek. Their rivalries up in the Milwaukee area, 45-7. Wamping, Kyle. Wamping. Kaukauna beat West De Pere 13-7. Lancaster beat Kenosha St. Joe's 30-20. Sussex Hamilton over Arrowhead 30-28. Upsets. Lakeside beats Platteville, who was number 1. Grafton over number 1 Port Washington, and number 7 Stoughton over number 3 Waterford. Of course, there was more. These are the only ones I'm going to name. Players of the week for level 2 playoffs: Peyton Alvarado out of Lancaster. Kyle, he ran the ball for 36 times, 230 yards, 2 tugs. Hell of a game from Peyton for the Flying Arrows. Parker Maney. We've talked about Parker Maney a couple times. I mean, this kid can just play the fucking sport of football. He plays for Reedsville. He ran the ball for 186 yards, 4 touchdowns. So hell of a game from Parker in their win. The last one I have is Tyler Hatcher, Sussex Hamilton, and I think of an upset. Listen to this fucking stat line, Kyle. You ready for this?
Hit me.
He was 19 of 32 passing for 340 yards, which you don't see when it's cold in Wisconsin, for 3 touchdowns as the quarterback. He also ran the ball 28 times for 128 yards in their win over Powerhouse Arrowhead. I also saw, I'm going to just put this out there, I don't know his name, but apparently he is an absolute legend of a coach for Arrowhead, passed away this past couple weeks. So RIP, I don't know his name off the top of my head, I probably should have looked it up, but RIP to him. And for everyone that lost, better luck next year. You know what I mean, Kyle? Nothing back from Kyle. That's great. So we're going to move on to level 3 preview. Franklin versus number 1 Muskego. Badger versus Kettle Moraine. They're both unbeaten. These 2 powerhouses playing each other. Notre Dame is playing Mount Horeb Barneveld. St. Mary Springs at Kewanee. And Darlington versus Lancaster, which is a Southwest rivalry, baby. 2 very good teams at football. So that is your level 2 and level 3 recap previews and players of the week. Let us know in the comments what teams we should talk about next week, any upsets, any players that kick some ass over the weekend, and we'll talk about it next week. So, all right, Kyle.
All right.
Ouch.
I mean, I was really hoping that one hurt. That was pretty fucking
Yeah, I was holding on to that since I started talking.
So, while I was gone,
Okay.
one of the stops, the first
okay, while you were gone. Why were you gone?
Well, before I went to the Dells, I went to Kenosha for the football game.
Cuba City was playing
Kenosha
Kenosha.
St. Joseph Catholic.
Yep.
And so I was in Kenosha, obviously. So we went up there. We're just driving. And every week the parents put where they're going to go before. I was with my mom and dad, so we stopped there.
Sure.
A place called the Brat Stop. Never heard of it before.
You know what? With that kind of name, you have to stop.
As you drive by, they have a giant sign that says cheese sold here.
Oh, see.
So I'm like,
First off, that's awesome, but I expected you to say they had a huge brat, big brat sign.
I don't think I seen either. Well, they had like brats and shit like that, but there was a giant.
I hope they had brats. They're called the Brat Stop.
And yeah, so went there. Place looked cool. Whenever we got out, I'm like, this is gonna be awesome. Go inside. They had like a full venue with, they had like concerts in, and they had like the place to eat, and they had an upstairs.
Oh, big place.
Big, huge place. And then they had a convenience store with like all the cheeses that you wanted. They had like moonshine and shit, like legal moonshine they could sell. Full alcohol section, like food, clothing, and then my little ditty that I bought.
Kyle bought a cheese head.
Bought a cheese head. Got that.
Should have wore it today.
Went over. They had I was gonna bring it, but I didn't.
Great story.
I'll bring it next week. Then they had a section, like, you look at the menu, and it was like starters, like your regular meal, and then there was just one huge list of brats.
Oh.
So I got the Cajun one. Fucking good.
Yeah, I tell you what, a place like that offers that much, but to have that many variety brats and be known for it, that is so Wisconsin, man. And I love it. I'm sorry, but they're just so superior to hot dogs. It's ridiculous.
Yes.
It's not even close.
Yeah, it was.
So, Brat Stop in Kenosha. Yep. That's a must stop.
Yes. No, I'm definitely going there again if I get up past Kenosha.
Okay.
Next one is, while I was in the Dells.
We're not moving off brats, if you're wondering.
Not moving off brats. I went to the Brat House.
Okay.
This was less than a week apart. I was like, you know what? I'm already in on the brats. I'm going to go to both.
Okay.
Went to the Brat House.
Pure Wisconsinite here.
This was like an old church or school or something.
Which is always cool.
Yes. All rigged out on the inside. Big brat menu. I went there at 11.
What did we get?
Wasn't a whole lot kicking. Got me a cheddar cheese brat and some chili fries. And I was more than less impressed with both places.
So the Brat Stop in Kenosha and the Brat House in Wisconsin Dells, must stops from Kyle Pickle.
Very good. Very good.
Love it. You know what? It's just, I don't know if it's, obviously it's because we're from Wisconsin, but like, and this might be just like a little too far, but it gives me a tingle when a good brat.
Whenever I see.
Are you a kraut guy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew that before I asked it.
Well, German in me.
Yeah. I mean, it becomes more of a kraut dog than anything. After I throw that, Good. But man.
But the name, like that, the name, I read Brat House, and I'm like, I'm fucking going there before we leave. Same thing with this Brat Stop.
I just don't understand how other states just don't get it. You know what I mean? They just don't understand.
I don't get the vibe.
No, they don't get it. But Johnsonville Brats, we're looking for a sponsor. Okay. All right. So we have no top fives this week. And so we have a couple discussions that are just for TikTok, but we're like, hey,
run with it.
Why not just put that in the show? You know what I mean? We should almost just put the whole thing in the show and just kind of move on with life.
Yeah.
So
what's it matter?
Yeah. So we are going to talk. It is November 1st, Kyle.
There's 2 things that happen in November.
2 things. What's the first thing?
No shave November.
No shave November. What's the second thing?
No nut November.
No nut November. We're going to talk about it right now. Are you going to partake?
Yeah.
You're going to do it?
Yeah, well, the no shave November, probably not. I mean.
No. Kyle, you have quite the gobbler on you.
I don't.
That little gooseneck you got is just.
I don't shave this off on the 1st and see what happens at the end of the month.
And I'm not shave shaming you at all. I do think people in the podcast and on TikTok should be able to see your face.
It gets to the end of the month and they'll be like, "Are you doing no shave November?" I'm like, "No, this is just how I am." All the time.
Yeah, but we're gonna talk about no nut November. I think it's funny. How do you think this started?
I don't know.
Great.
You got any intake on this, college boy?
Are you gonna partake in it? No. Oh yeah. You're gonna do no nut November. You know you know what? We're men here, and I'll partake. I'll do it. I'm gonna struggle.
It's more or less for me to see how long can I make it.
Yeah.
You know
Until like when do you like start having cloudy vision? Like you're making bad decisions because you just need to let loose.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things. It's like, how long can I make this?
I mean, it's science. Men have to nut.
Yeah. No, I agree. You gotta get rid of
clarity.
Gotta get rid of the demons. You know.
Apparently, I think it helps with like some people are on the side where like nutting helps with a lot of things.
I had a brother ask me the other day if I was going to do it. And he's like, "You think you can make it 30?" I said, "No, there's a lot of nights there I couldn't probably sleep." So it's like...
Yeah, horny. Kyle's horny. Okay, I just think it's funny you told me that there was a guy that you're like, "Hey, are you going to do it?" And you're like, "Yeah, I already failed." It's the first, guys. It's 4:00 on the first. We're not even through the first day. But I tell you what, I will say, I think... just being able to prove that you cannot nut for a month, that's a pretty great accomplishment for any man. Any man. And it's great for like, you know, I don't want to say like all the virgins out there, but like for anyone who's like, they were having sex in November anyways, be like, yeah I partake, man. Yeah, I did it. I held true.
30 days is a long time though.
Yeah. So everyone's tube socks, clean. Yep. We're clean. We're clean no nut November podcast here. Okay. So I want a text from either one of you the first day you break it. Like the moment you break it, don't even clean yourself up. Like the first text, be like, fuck.
Wouldn't she laugh? Wouldn't she laugh an hour I text you? Sorry, boys.
Like 30 minutes after this podcast, like, boys.
You're not even home yet.
I started shaking on my way home. Like you have a nicotine addiction. Who's calling you?
I don't know.
Is that on your phone?
No, I have a...
Does that work?
Yeah.
I think they might have heard your naughty mouth talking about no nut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, let's see how long we make it, boys. Good luck. I will say, if Tia comes to me, he's like, "Hey, let's start trying." Hey, it's over, boys. I'm just gonna move on.
Oh, if I get drunk this weekend, and I'm fucking...
That will, no nut November.
Getting wrestling around.
100%. All right. So, next discussion that I want to talk about, Kyle. Next discussion we're going to talk about. We go to dive bars a lot.
Yeah. Well, this past week.
This past weekend we went. It was my home.
We spent
our homes were at the bars.
We did that sleeping.
Yeah. Yeah. So we drank a lot of beers. I want to talk about, as a Wisconsinite, as a Midwesterner, Like, what's the first things you look at? Like, what's the first things, like, you walk into a bar, you're, like, looking around for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
What am I looking for? So, like this weekend, you always look for the pool table.
Yeah, sure.
Couple guys
See what,
playing
you want to see what games you got
pool
around.
table. Yeah. I'd Shake a Day is another big one.
Okay.
We always hit the Shake a Day.
Yep.
Especially as a group.
Mm-hmm.
Pull tabs.
Yep. 100%. I mean, I have a clear cut number one. I don't know why it's always this. I always, and no matter what you go to a dive bar, they always have this little, it's not a rack, but it's like a wall holder. I always try to see what kind of variety chips we got.
Chips. Another one that I always look for.
You know what I mean? You go and you're like, holy shit, these guys got Doritos. Like, man.
Yeah, Gardettos.
They're living. Yeah. So I always look to see that wall of chips to see what we got cooking. I also will check when I go to a bar to see if they have a grill, like if they have food.
Appetizers.
Got to see what they got.
Another big one that I always look at is the clothes.
Okay.
Always looking at their cool
See,
shirts.
because, yeah, some bars have some really nice, cool clothes.
Yes.
I will say another couple things I look at. Touch tunes.
Touch tunes.
Where is it located? Pull tab machine. Where is it? Where is it? What?
ATM.
ATM. I will probably have to go to it.
Do you check out their Bloody Mary situation?
Yeah, I will say I look to see before I order Bloody to see what we got. Are we using Zing Zang? Is it in like a clear bottle? Like,
yeah.
Like we brought this from home. Oh yeah.
What do we got? And once one starts, everyone
Yep.
wants one.
100%.
So you walk in, you see like a veteran sitting over there having a Bloody Mary, or she's making it. And you're like, oh, that looks good. It looks real good.
Yeah. Yeah. I think outside of that, I don't really look at anything. I mean,
you always look at the decor and stuff like that. But
sure.
there was another one that I had.
You walk in. It's like, okay, they got chips just in case.
Ooh, I got a good one.
Okay.
And this wasn't this weekend, but you always go into a place, see what they got on draft, if they got draft.
Another thing I always check, I'm not a big draft. I don't look for draft because I'm good with a can. You know, I'm not fancy like you.
No, I'm talking like a Busch Light draft.
I will
like
say,
an apple cider.
I lost my train of thought.
Whoa.
I have nothing. Oh, one of them I always look at is to see what the TV. You're at like a Wisconsin bar is if you look at the TV and the outdoor channel's on,
or the music thing.
If they're playing the music from the TVs, yes, that's always a good one.
Raffles of some sort.
Oh yeah, that's a huge one.
Gun raffles.
You got to see what's hanging from the ceiling. There's always like we went to the one. And Kyle and our other buddy Joe were fighting over because they didn't have like a title of what the gun was.
Just like 60. There was 30 cards. No, 60 cards for $30.
So like they were fighting over if it was a 30-30
or 22
repeater or
a 22.
A 22. They fought over it for like an hour instead of asking the bartender. But you always got to check the raffle situation. I'm in like 8 raffles up north right now. I could have a couple guns coming my way.
Yeah, you could be waiting for that phone call.
100%.
Fuck, I'm getting a phone call from Phillips, Wisconsin.
Yeah. Especially like up north, I always look at what deer we got on the wall.
Oh yeah.
Like what kind of owners do we got at this place?
We go to the same.
They got big bucks. You know what I mean?
Same bar every year. First thing Corey asks me when we sit down.
Which buck
you keeping on here?
Yeah.
And I'm like, God damn, it's that one every year, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Outside of that, I don't know if there's anything we're missing. Is there anything we're missing? I mean, I do occasionally look to make sure they're a tavern league bar, but I mean, almost all
electric roulette machines or gambling machines if you're into that.
Yeah, a couple slots, get some money back coming your way. Yeah, why not? But yeah, no, that's a list. I like it. I love it. Nothing's better than a good pull tab.
No, you can't beat that.
We got our asses kicked in this weekend.
We didn't win shit.
Oh no, we won a 250. I mean, it just sucks we spent it all back in.
Was I drunk?
Yeah, you were drunk. Brandon pulled it. It was awesome. It was a good time. So that's exactly what I look for when I go into a bar. Yeah. Do we have anything else we want to talk about while we're out here? I mean, we're chilling.
What's up this weekend?
This weekend, Kyle, it is 20 degrees outside, 25 degrees outside. Probably less.
39 on this.
39, wind chill, 29. So I will be in a deer stand. Probably
the sun was out, peeking out a little bit.
Yeah, man. This next 2 weeks is going to be
preem.
My ass will be, I might have hemorrhoids by the end of it, but I will be in a stand hunting deer the next 2 weekends. So that's it. That's all I got. You got anything?
Is it going to heat up at all anytime soon? Or is it just going
to... Oh, it's supposed to be 50s over the weekend.
Shooting straight through the cold.
So I'll be over a water hole or something hunting deer. So what do you got?
Not a whole lot. I got a little banquet I'm going to go to on Friday or Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Friday, hang out. That's pretty much it. Watch fucking football on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. We even talked about the Packers. They sucked.
Soup.
They sucked Sunday.
Yeah, that was not good.
Badgers kind of... I mean, they actually played decent, but they sucked too. So, yeah. All right. Well, that's the show. Next week, we will be on, not sure what day, like we never usually know, but we will be back next week as we inch closer to episode 50. We appreciate everyone that is listened on Spotify, Apple iTunes, YouTube, or watch our videos on TikTok. Hope everyone has a wonderful No Nut November.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Peace out, everybody.
Take her easy.